Yes, I. Greetings in the mighty name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First. You see. We want to say condolences to the family of Canis Jackson. Yeah. And massive respect to all of the subscribers them. See, don't know. All of the East man them big up on themselves. Again. You see. So, to the one kind of, address some issues on Mr. Vegas. Address. When I said, the youth, they come like say, it's a youth where, no matter what go on, him not stop up with a film own ego on himself and things like that. You see? Something wrong with that youth there. You see? I'm convinced him is an agent. See, because when it comes to certain time and certain time, you always see him come on the fore with certain argument, eloquently put. You see, it for him reasons then. See, in support of however or whatever the masses show concern about. Remember the election dub plate argument where the masses show concern about entertainer and jump in and make them contribution there after the fight and the struggle and the non-support where the music get from politicians over the years, and them still defend it and claims the politician has done so much and has been doing so much, and the people have not received the effort and the contribution where the politician them a push. That was the same argument. Now him come back again with this argument where I say this vaccine argument. See, but I always say people have to be careful of how they address this vaccine issue, because Jamaica, where I come from, is not an anti-vaccine place. I am not anti-vaccine. See, a lot of people is not anti-vaccine. The thing is, most of we get vaccine before we even have a choice. See, by the time we have a choice in regards to vaccine, it's like we get most of the vaccine them, but we are going to get throughout our lifetime them already. Throughout our lifetime already. You see it? You see it? So, our concern, most people's concern with vaccine was not the content or whatever. It was just the needle. Far as I'm concerned, I still have my scarf on my shoulder here. Every vaccination time come, I have to line up at school and take the vaccine. See? I remember my mother used to encourage me and demand, and that you take your vaccine because so and so and so. You see? Jamaica though, it's not a case like so well then people anti-vaccine I think like that. There are other issues where people concerned with, I'm not going to say, but I'm going to make a suggestion on what people's issues are. I think there are other things that people are concerned with, mainly that would have respectfully need addressing. And our society, where we are from, is a place where people usually sit down with you and explain them things that you usually have programs, probably on the GIS or some afternoon program or something like that, where you get a certain level of education and updates, scientific update, learn updates, step by step of the way, with things that go on, the development, the thing where affect most people or everybody. You understand what I say? Unfortunately, it look like we have that no more, because we can't see it now on the internet when we say anybody where there's any medium or any platform locally in Jamaica we set up where we educate and update the people on the development the crisis. You get what I say? It's just everybody just dumb, and time after time you see somebody come in and give back an instruction at poor people who struggle and have everything where always have 100% of stress on themselves added to this crisis which is another would have been 100% stress rate anyway without the burden of survival stress where them did always have. that these are my concerns. Where are the compassion, the compassionate thought for the position of the people? It's not like, so well then you can treat them and expect the same reaction from them like you expect get from anywhere else of the world. Sorry, my nose has scratched me. See? You have to show some level of compassion professionally. This is where diplomacy comes in. You understand? You cannot show no emotion or personal emotion in regards to the subject where you address. You have to be diplomatic and understanding, or even act or show a certain level of understanding compassionately to whoever, in regards to whoever you're dealing with. I will select and vote in these people as elected leaders who have shown before being elected that they have got the potential, the qualities, the abilities to portray themselves or procreate themselves diplomatically in public. So we not expect people to treat we like undiplomatically when we were the ones who they convinced that otherwise. They were otherwise. You understand what I mean? So these are the concerns that people have in regards to the attitude and the tactics that is being employed in the fighting. Awagwan. Now people are asking suggestion and things like that. Hold on there. You see? Right now, it's like you have to observe, say, how you address the patient or the people where you're dealing at them. So you expect them to receive you back another same level of emotion there, where you stir with your approach. You have to expect to receive. If you go hostile, you have to expect hostility in return. That's how the thing go on. You see, it's not a bad man thing. And if you no matter what go on, nobody can convince you otherwise. Our Prime Minister going there with a bad man attitude. You see, a bad man or a bad man persona. No matter how diplomatic you want claims I act like or vote me and I'm our Prime Minister. So certain things, and everybody go accept certain things. If you want to accept certain things for your ego, that's up to you. Allow a man make a man have him opinion. You see, we need people to sit down and educate our people, or people can hardly read what go on if it write down anywhere. You see, so we have to address things from them angle, at them level, their intelligence we are dealing. You see. So we have to have people who can reach out and communicate the level. I don't see them think they are going nowhere in the world. Hence the confusion and the uproars and things like that. No way, shape, or form is anybody trying to, from this platform, is trying to imply that the virus is not out there real and rampant and killing people. No way, shape, or form anybody else will try to imply that. No. You get what I say? People just need basic education in regards to what you know. Why you can't communicate it back to me? I don't see the effort in doing so. Like I say, I always say, the conspiracy theorists, them, I am calling them conspiracy theorists, and it's not like I'm believing what they're saying. I've made a couple of mistakes by replaying some of them opinions and things like that. See, and not clarifying my personal position on the issue that basically I am confused and I am demanding counter argument to these arguments or media that try to put forward, because it's an argument. You get what I say? So it get me in trouble with YouTube. See? But you know, I was expecting, given it's a crisis, it's like a war, in a World War II and thing like that. You have the Prime Minister come and the media. You see, Churchill used to have political representative then come on the media and fortify, rally the nation, how to handle this and how we all deal with this, and use themselves as example. You see, the Queen and the King used to come out after bombing and things like that, and them way they show them support to the crowd, say, yes, we was in London with you when you was being bombed. You see it? Just moral support, give us strength. Make the people them more, fortified in themselves and feel, yeah, we are not alone. You see, this is what political and these figures are, these leaders, these head of the table, this is their purpose. You understand them? I said them that they have to come bully and push on with them, think on we because them in the office and them have power where them can call out the army and order the security forces them to come brutalize or, you know, force them will upon we, regardless of them right and we wrong. Seeing the fact is, if we are not educated about Wagwan, which was your duty in the first place, to educate upon where you move, a dictatorship that when you're not educated upon the step them where we if take our way, you are take the intent of your step them. You understand what I say? You know, see, that people need. People now come, people now say this thing and I realize this thing are fake. You know, see it. That is the big argument and the concern about Rasta. And the naysayers, them will come and go on like, and I try channel the argument in our anti-vaccination agenda. You know, see, it's just agents we try run with. We try run with and create the narrative where certain members of the Babylon rule will propagate. Babylon really want to propagate and act on the arguments so well then people are anti-vaxxers and don't want are just anti-vaxxers and influence people. It's not about anti-people dying for them vaccine for fight the thing, but them just need to know what go on, why, how it make, wow, how it's so quick, one and them little thing there. Just explain it, sit back and explain rationally. There is an explanation. There is a way of understanding. You know, see it. So I just that people are defend Rasta. You say he's not a politician, Mr. Vegas. You're one of the biggest liars. You sing dub plate. How much dub plate you sing the other day for politician and things like that. You see. Really and truly, by now, I don't know how you can or know say your argument them not really valid no more. You know see. But when you call Rasta name now and I say Buju Banton go to prison, go learn and Buju Banton should come back, come and teach people. Teach people for ask question and that him go learn. You know see it? Think critically. You know see it? Ask a question and have them question be answered by your political representation. Nothing wrong with that. You know see it? Nothing wrong with that. No. While I do not support the threat to anybody's life or anybody threatening anybody's life, you understand what I say? I not gonna be trivial and run with a narrative say a pastor man on pulpit or on social media a preach say him want kill the prime minister. I don't think nobody that stupid and anybody will do that or whatever supposed to go to prison. If it's a threat to life, that. You understand what I say? However, I don't think if a man say wants somebody dead, I don't think that is a threat. You see, if the man instigate or indicate how him wish for the person die, obviously that sounds sick and sadistic. Death is a certainty for every man. See, every man is an expectation, just like you're born, you're dead. You know, see, if a man can't wait for your death, I just if him anxiety issues that. You know, see, it's the context by which you mention that argument towards your political leader or a political figure or any life form whatsoever that makes it a crime. You understand what I say? It's not like so well that you threaten a man's life if you hope for something end. You're not threatening to go end it. You know, see, you yourself more than likely prepare for love it, make it run its course, but you just can't wait for it end. I just saw it go. You know, see, I don't know if that is a crime. I don't think that is a crime. You know, see, by the sense of the word. You know, see, the thing is, it's not an isolated incident whereby people say certain things, and when we are there and a public figure, so-called public figure, privileged public figure like yourself, I go there and I say, people are threatening the Prime Minister's life and things like that. You know, so the argument that everybody I talk about is not just so well then whether it doesn't matter how simple or how callous or stupid the argument or comment is in regards to the politician, oppositionally to the party leader. He's got an ego issue, and me not expect him support them fair. Accept that or follow that. See. But he's got a big ego issue. For instance, the moment man I go up on stage as a diplomat and I show, you know what diplomacy mean? And I show clerks and I flirt and I flirt. Our diplomats are not supposed to show their personal emotions in public. There's a protocol that's meant to be followed. You understand what I said? Them things that diminish your respect amongst your peers across the world. You understand? So whatever influence or interest it is supposed to garner or support based on your position as a PM or a leader, it's automatically diminished because you personally are clown out yourself. You don't allow nobody to do it. You know, see? So them little thing they hurt us because at the end of the day we not dire straight. It's, difficult position, and we expect strong representation, and strong representation come with strong characteristics. See, so people who can recognize and who not observe them think that how other successful leaders procreate themselves across the world, but it's just up to them, see, you don't have to just watch and learn, see. So when you hear criticism, it's not from hate or it's not a politically motivated criticism. See, it's just our own interest, because at the end of the day we are lacking, we are late, and we are still struggling. We don't have time for waste. I don't idle boy business a dance around and a giggle and a gillantin. We have the potential, the know-how and foresight to address social issues that's affecting us, not just us as Jamaicans, but across the world. See, we have got that potential and that recognition, and the world, especially the world of struggling people, has got that expectation of us. We are pivotal in the struggle for equality amongst man, not amongst any race, but amongst man. We are pivotal as a Jamaican people because reggae music shows its intent. I show the cultural intent, see, and it hasn't influenced or affected or benefited any particular race. It affects everybody. So when we saw political leaders, they might be some little joke with, we can't feel good or feel pleased about that. Some little boy and girl we take curry favor and I get for them nyama food. Them can't just take it and do what they do. We are dependent on demand better. See it. And the better way we are demand is that our politicians explain things to we rationally and stop playing some tricky in the business. And when you want to come push some badness, people see you right through the crisis, somebody in the scenario, hear nothing from you except when you want to come send some check. Hey, I love, say, hey, 6 months ago, I not telling you to do this and do that. No, hey, I want to deal it. Hey, but. I saw him go on and I go on like everybody I eat that. I want emotion there, I want compassion there. And then I come compare the people of emotion now, and expectation and dedication and wishes and regards to for them leader as opposed to those of the British people and those of the American people. No, because them leader, they have accountability. Them have things where them have a answer to. See it. You have, and you see it from time after time. You now say corruption there everywhere, but from time after time, you see little man get fired because him not perform right in that job there, and him get replaced and all them think that man screw and vex so him get replaced, but still him not have no big fire for burn pan the leader way, because him not a secret for him, or him no know none. See him have just hold him can and go. Prime Minister few corruption so high up or so few that's, and everybody know. See, same thing in America. See, you see, man, I'll resign and say, I not work for you no more, because I don't support the thing where you're going with the leader. Go and gone. You see them thing they're going on, our parliament from them boy take power and thing like everybody are cronies, everybody just agree with everything and I do everything where we not a representation in there. And some I don't know where I come and this come attack and I go on and you think we no good at even black, some I don't know good at white. See, because strong issue and strong spirit and strong subject them, we know them, we know energy, we know frequency where we are transmit pan, see it, because everybody we can talk to and reason with and have a comfortable conversation. See it, so from we accept and admit that we know the frequency, say we are transmit different, that's why we're not mad around here. See it, we have to identify and be aware of certain things. So you see, so we are waste enough. I want to go to realize certain energy and like you know, you good at ever black. You good at even be a Jamaican. When you come with a negative argument around here, when we are demand better from people who have better for offer. We know what our people offer, you know. You know, see, pressure, because at the end of the day, them still them not under no pressure. You know, see, them live better than some politician over here. You know, see, stark contrast. And them supposed to have more need for serve because them are more people where need are in a desperation. You understand me? I said, Dan, the international power them. You see, for them people have like resource and things like that where them can live off right through a term, a politician term, if him choose to go in there and greedy and just name for himself and not do nothing like what all our politicians them always do. You know, see, them can't do that and still survive and but we not have nothing and each time them come in and just that them do. You know, see it. And no for our contribution or development for the populace. You know, see, every term things worse than the term before. And we slung and still I expect we do the same thing over and over and I expect a different result. Rasta, come on man. The proverbs and things say stupidity that man. You know, see. You know, see. So agent VAGAS man, when next time them pay you for come chat your stupidity, just keep it, they call it take away yourself and them little thing them man. Just go record a song man for your girl them. You know, see, if you just keep your intent with your personal agenda, your personal goal, because you're one of the most selfish entertainer ever. You know, see, and the thing about you is that in a Jamaica we learn say if somebody have one problem with you, you have to look in at yourself. You know, see, if somebody have the same problem, no, if somebody have a problem with you, you never have to pay them. But too much people have the same problem with you, Mr. VAGAS, and you never yet looking at yourself. You blame everybody and you single out yourself. You go as far as say, how come no other artist entertain and attack to the people them like you. You know, see, you don't listen to nobody else. You head up your own ass so far that you can't even see past your neighbor. You know, see. So really and truly, if people have consequence, anybody have consequence, even the one them will use you, them not have no respect for you. You know, see. And it's unfortunate, so, because he's a public figure. And he's a so-called man of influence. You have people out there who listen to you and follow you. You know, see. So, with the irrelevant argument them and your subterfuge and your diversion tactics where you employ in order for the, you know what I say, distract from the true intent of the people them. It might be invalid or it might not make sense, but sometimes I them make a simple thing where we overlook and don't think for try relate to the people them feelings because we are thinking, a stupid, uneducated argument that without even trying to educate them of such. So that's next time this not again. What kind of level of arrogance we are move under and accept? And a campaign for and a strive toward. Them things are not right, man. Them things are not acceptable, man. To be fair, man. Come on, man. You know, see, poor people deserve better, man. They're a human being to them alive. And then disregard for them humanity all the while cause them level of them type of approach in regards to them concerns. You know, see. So while I say we can always sit back and study what we say more rationally and take out the emotion out of it, take ourselves from it, you know, see, and represent what we say diplomatically. Sometimes we make more sense, you know, see, and we leave ourselves blameless to a degree, you know, see, while still create the essence what we are trying to create. You know, see, because sometimes I saw them get to run with certain argument and try to create a stereotype and a stupid lie propaganda. You know, see, there is more people in the world who is prepared to accept vaccination than those who don't. You see, it's just that everybody is concerned with what going inside of them body. You see, now the vaccination them in regards to yellow fever and them thing there. Where when you got Africa, when you got Brazil, them thing there are we call it a long time thing them there. Tried, test, proven, employed and all of them thing there. The people them have the same concerns about that like what them have about this. So not going to irrational concern the people them. You see, they even know say it's a black man and the first man who create vaccination. You see, it's a black slave, it's a slave in America. Learn it in Africa before he becomes a slave and introduce it to the Buckmaster when them have, I think a smallpox was the disease them time. Make him know say you take a specimen from a healthy horse, you see, and you inject it in the sick horse or in a healthy person or somebody where clean, you see, and know them that specimen teach, that small specimen teach for them body to fight against the virus itself if them come into contact with it, because your body already exposed to it in some small form, so your body know how to battle a fight, develop the skills and the weaponry where it needs to fight that when the real fight come, if and when it come. You understand what I say? But all of these are biological formations. You understand what I say? Since this what the African introduced were all biology. If you understand what I say, it's not synthetics where man create the chemical version of the whatever ingredient them need for do what them do. You understand what I say? So, you know. So it's not a case of being anti-vaxxers. We are not anti-vaxxers. You see, and it hurts when people with platforms are you know what I say, influence, misrepresent the concerns of the masses. I'm not saying there aren't people out there who are just total anti-vaxxers. I'm not saying that, you know. You know, see, what I'm saying is, in this case, or in a Jamaica case, Jamaican people are not anti-vaccinated. You know, see, they will willingly, they will do what they do and they know what they do. You know, see, and we know that, and our representatives should know that and try to communicate that and don't give big support to this argument. So, well, then it's just entirely ignorant, uneducated, and anti-vaccination agenda one. That's not the case. You know, see, and it's kind of suspicious to hear it being propagated as such. You know, see, anyway, share, like, and subscribe still. More bless. Rastafari.